Welcome back to the channel, guys. Right, recently I've seen a lot of videos about Ark Ascended official PvP, what the meta is going to be like, the best spots to build in, etc, etc, and I couldn't resist any longer voicing my opinion on this. Right, so here we go. I'm going to jump straight into it. Number one, base locations. Now, a lot of people are saying everyone's going to build outside, no one's going to be building in caves. Now, I agree with that to some extent. I think at the beginning, everyone's going to be building outside because they've got no choice. But I think the alpha tribes and the people that actually know what they're doing, they're going to be spamming the best caves off as soon as they can. It's going to be a race to spam them caves off. Once they've done that, they're just going to speed run Alpha Dragon Boss, unlock the teleporter, which has been made smaller for Ark Ascended, and then as soon as they've got that, they're going to be moving into their cave. So all these videos I see with the base locations about building outside, it's only good for the start. A lot of you have probably seen the poly spawn base location in the snow. Now, I've seen a few videos where people are saying this is probably the best base location, but let's just say you've got no alloys on the server and you just block the whole poly spawn off for everyone, and you're probably going to make enemies with the whole server and more than likely get yourself wiped. Don't get me wrong, if you can hold it, then props to you. A lot of you that have played official in the past will know that most servers are all about politics. It's more about who you know rather than how good you are at PvP. If you don't know anyone on a server, it can be pretty tough. But yeah, don't get me wrong, there's loads of decent base locations outside. Just in my personal opinion, I think caves are a lot stronger because you've only got to defend from one entrance. If you're building outside, you're vulnerable from every single angle, including the sky. So yeah, you can have people dropping turtles on your base, dropping stegos, racers, whatever. You can have people cannoning your base at long range. You can have people ramping up to your base, raft raiding if you're built anywhere near the water. There's just so many different ways to raid when you're built outside. You're just more vulnerable. Now, people are saying they're not going to build in caves because we haven't got cryos. Now, believe me when I say this, people are going to have tech teleporters a lot quicker than you think. Right, now I did also want to mention that Wildcard have already announced that they've made changes to choke points in caves. So this basically means they've made certain entrances wider so it's accessible to certain dinos. My guess about this is that certain bases like Ice Cave, they've removed the crouch and they've made the tunnel a bit wider, probably so you can fit larger dinos like stegos, which would make a lot of sense considering we're not going to have cryos to extinction drops. Right, another thing I also did want to touch on is how are you going to get your dinos across the map. So basically, transmitters are going to be useless until they open transfers. Then you're going to be able to upload tames. But for now, you're not going to be able to upload anything. So transmitters are going to be completely useless. So personally, my thoughts on this is that the Rhino Nafia is going to be meta. And if you don't have one, you're going to be at a massive disadvantage. Personally, I don't like them and I hope that they remove them, but I don't think they will. Yeah, you're going to see a lot of people with these defending, picking up soakers, flying them away. Same with raiding. You're going to see the same thing. People just picking up dinos and flying away with them. They've just got so many OP attacks. I just think they're way too strong and it completely unbalances the game. The other meta for getting your tames around the map is also a Quetzal, but obviously a Quetzal hasn't got really any attacks, so it's nowhere near as OP as a Rhino Nafia, but it's still going to be very important for getting tames across the map, doing metal runs and things like that. So anyways, my final thoughts on this is players have evolved tremendously since 2015. I don't think the meta is going to be nowhere near the same. I think players are a lot more better now. They're a lot more clued up. Everyone knows what they're doing. So yeah, I think you're going to see a lot more better bases. And if you are building outside, be careful of people turning up on Rhino Nafias and sniping all your tames, because that is going to be another huge problem. Also, one more thing I did want to talk about was character movement speed. Now, some people are saying that it's going to be capped at 100, which I don't think necessarily is true. I think personally, it's going to be around 160, 170, and I don't think you will see the movement speed bar there at all. There'll be no option to level it up. It just won't even be there. Anyway, guys, that is going to be it for this video. Let me know your opinions in the comments if you agree with me or if you disagree. I'm really interested to see people's opinions on this, and hopefully we'll be playing Ark Ascended next week. So yeah, I'm super hyped for that. Can't wait to see it. It's going to be so much nostalgia going back to official 1 times. Anyways, take care, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.